Hello, for those of you who are watching us from YouTube land and from listening to us on the podcast. I do want to let you guys know ahead of time that this stream is we've been raising money for this session. We're raising money for the Bail Project. I'll have the link in the descriptions as well when this episode releases, if you guys want to continue to support the Bail Project. So if you hear a bunch of alerts going off and hearing us talking, like what just happens, I don't know why the alert's not going off though. Refresh that, maybe that'll go off. But it'll sound something like this.
It's nice not having to worry about being on the right team.
Sounds something like that. For those of you guys listening, so that means that we had some donations. We may stop here and do some little celebrations here and there in the middle of the session. So, but if you guys are wondering at home what the Bail Project is, it's a project that helps out try to reform the bail system, because the current bail system is currently broken. Puts a lot of innocent people in jail for longer than they need to, sometimes for almost their entire lives. Because of poverty rather than the status of their innocence or guilt. So Bail Project his goal is to give easy access to funds to anybody who needs it, who is going into jail, because in theory you pay the bail when you come back into jail, come back in from for your trial, that money gets returned to you entirely. It's just a kind of a holding thing to make sure you come back to trial. The project like this is designed to help people get the justice they deserve. So hopefully you guys can join us and help us for that one. Yeah, but go ahead, Mara. You're muted. Oh,
I am.
I'm muted. I muted Discord.
You muted all of us.
Oh, good, because we were talking this whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Probably for the best.
We do have a surprise for you, Paul. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Question. So, like, if the money gets returned back to the charity, right?
Yeah, it'll go back to the charity.
So ultimately, like, they could ultimately wipe out like the whole bail system in
That's
general,
the goal.
right? Like,
that's the goal.
Crazy. Okay.
That's the goal.
Yeah, it's a wonderful
In
program.
I like it.
In TTRPG's terms, they found the weakness in the justice system, and they're just exploiting the hell out of it. They're just stabbing that weak spot over and over and over again, and laughing at the DM. Yeah, laughing at the DM, like, change the rules.
Green Flame Blade.
They discovered that there's nothing in the rules that says you can't lightning attack more than once per round.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. We also decided it was a joke, but also I agree. I'm voting for it. I don't know about everybody else.
I'm into it.
Okay, Braincase's into it. Drone's into it. Meyer?
I'm gonna wait until you tell him first. And
Okay.
I'll tell you what I
Okay. So Vixie in chat mentioned it, and we thought it was funny, but also a great idea. After this goal, how about, Paul, every donation after that increases the churn?
That sounds good.
A crazy day.
We just have a crazy day. Yes, that sounds good. Every donation.
So we have to spend our stunts to probably decrease it still.
Yes.
But every donation will increase the churn. And for those of you who don't know what the churn is, it's like the doomsday clock. The plot in the world is always moving in the background of the game. When we roll a certain amount of, if we do crazy stunts and stuff, the churn will increase, and we could spend some of our stun points to decrease it. We have done a very good job keeping it on the lower side. But we'll see what happens when the churn keeps getting cranked up a bit.
Could we put a lower limit on that so that we don't get a bunch of 10-cent donations?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It'll
Maybe
be
like a $5 or $10.
Every $5,
$10
every $5 over our $200 goal, I will add 1 point to the churn. So,
Nice.
so that's the way that works.
How about every donation $5 or over?
Yes, $5 or over. That's
right. Because every $5 is just like, okay, there's 4 points, and it's like,
yeah.
Right.
And
So
every donation $50 or over reduces the churn.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I like it. Compete chat. Make sure you do that.
There we go.
And for those of you guys in chat right now, it's !bail to get into that one. So, all right.
Sweet. Good luck.
Let's We're all gonna die.
Buster's gonna wonder why we're doing new characters next week.
She just walks out of the Actium. Everyone's dead. New people are dragging the bodies out.
What the hell did you guys do?
New ownership. All right. So, quick recap of last week. You guys ran into Diana, who is a Martian businesswoman who offered you guys essentially to pay a little bit of money and to mostly give you guys, pay to handle your fees and everything, so that she can investigate some goings on with Benji, and specifically dealing with the this potential biological weapon that everyone's calling the Protomolecule. And this investigation took you to a satellite and then to a station. Pick the name of the station so I have it.
Port Hampton, Callisto Crater.
Prometheus?
No, it was Port Hampton and on Callisto. So
right.
It's a crater. It's inside a crater on Callisto. It's like a waste station. Looking for a conspiracy theory, like crazy gossip rag, underground radio station called the Pyramid News Network.
Okay,
And,
Right.
Sounds like a scheme.
So you showed up. You managed to use some observation skills and hacking skills to find the location of Pyramid News Network. You went to the news station, and at the news station, you found out that the same folks in unmarked black armor that you found before were there waiting. Were already there, beating you to the punch. Turns out they were from Vector Security, just like. You had several run-ins with them in the past. Through a stealthy attack, a brilliantly executed ambush by Highland. You were able to get a drop on the crew was able to get a drop on the people holding the news reporters captive, and found out where the information for the protomolecule that they had been putting as part of their kind of news reports was coming from. It turns out it was an actual source to a woman whom most of the crew had already had an interaction with, who was working out of Luna.
Yeah, I don't
Nari Drake. It's Dreik, so it's like Nari Drake.
Nari Drake sounds correct.
Yeah, Nari Drake, who was the head researcher of Project Sandman when you guys busted in on their asteroid and nearly blew it up, and then saved her and her scientists and got them to Palace, and Cass had a very tense sexual tension going on between them as they were arguing and trying to outmaneuver each other in negotiations in the middle. It was crazy. that whole session was crazy. So now find out that she's been leaking secrets about the protomolecule to this news station, and she is currently living out of Luna. So with that, we'll bring you guys back in. You guys are just outside the news station. You guys had just finished your, untying and freeing the people, giving your speech. You had a couple people take down notes about your story so they could spread it around the belt, about the 10 years ago, an ex-Special Forces team.
A beleaguered crew.
Yeah.
Framed for a crime we didn't commit.
Has escaped. If you're in the LA area and you want to find them. You can hire the Actium team. They take all that stuff down to kind of add to their own stories in the networks. But you guys are now outside. Good.
Wait, have we left there yet?
You're just outside of the door.
Okay. Can Drone Jetta do something before we leave it?
Sure.
Drone Ta.
Yeah. So Drone Ta hovers towards the the news person and goes,
Oh yeah, and there are only 4 people in the Actium crew. Only one Belter, and their name is not Jetta again.
All right. There's no one named Jata Khan. You want us to make sure we say that there's no one named Jata Khan on the ship?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll make sure to reference that there's no one named Jata Khan on the ship.
Perfect.
Also, Highland chuckles to himself.
in the ship, Jetta's like, I'm a ghost.
Nailed it.
This is going to end with Jata being the leader of the the public-facing leader of the OPA. Record scratch. You're wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
This is me.
All right.
So we're in the back room. We've untied everybody.
They've
done
the thing. They've done the interviews and the talk with you guys. So you guys are we'll just say you guys are in the lobby right now. Unless you want to do something else with them.
I think Highland's waiting in one of the waiting chairs in the lobby. Probably, I think actually he's adjusting, crossing his legs, looking down at the magazines next to him. Mm-hmm. As everybody's just kind of dusting each other off, like cleaning each other, making sure everybody's all right, and taking care of each other, and just I think we have this moment of Highland sitting down and reading in the lobby, on probably the awkward couch they usually have in those places.
Yeah, it's all dusty.
It's been abandoned, but he's
all right. I come out of the person's office who I was having that conversation with, and we're just like, all right, well, I got the info we were looking for. Back to Luna.
All right. Back to Luna, what?
Their source on the protomolecule. She's currently residing on Luna, and that's going to be an interesting conversation. And Cass just walks out. He's not volunteering the information about who it is yet.
Right. Well, let's make our way back then.
Yep.
Sure.
Are we bringing the crew or the
No, PNN gets to deal
team?
with those guys.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Good.
All right. So, you guys going to leave the entire place and go back to the ship, or what are you guys going to do?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else we need to do here. They need to deal with the bodies of Vector Security that are in their recording studio, but
All right. So you guys leave. You notice there's no commotion outside. There's nobody seemed to even care or even heard anything that's gone on.
So gunshots again.
Yeah. Well, you also were in a soundproof booth, for most of that.
Soundproof.
Yeah. So, so you guys leave. You guys head back towards. You get back on the tram. You make your way back to the dock. You get off, and you find the Actium as you left it. It's just there. There doesn't seem to be any commotion around it. Able to get in, get on, get back up to the recreation area where you see, Sloane and Diana are having conversations as you guys come in. And Diana looks up and goes, "How did it go?"
Well,
Killed
got
everyone.
the info. We didn't kill everyone. We killed 2
Everyone
people.
who mattered. All right.
And kill
No,
anybody.
I didn't see it. I was on the other side of the room. It was they cleaned it up before I got there.
We're not the only people looking for this info, though.
Really?
We had another run-in with Vector Security.
Vector Security, you said.
Yep. I did say that. This makes 4 if you count the run-in back on Prometheus when they attacked Moneta. 4-ish. They're a real pain in my ass.
Yeah, you do know who Vector Security works for, right?
Oh boy.
I feel like we're really doing some infighting in the Pope Sanchez community here.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. What I was expecting was Benji being behind all of this. Pope Sanchez is trying to get its hands on the protomolecule?
Well, they're trying to get their hands on a, I'm going to guess, former employee now, if she's leaking information about the protomolecule to PNN.
Former employee, you say?
Yeah. Another erstwhile friend of ours. Maybe you've heard of her. Nari Dreek?
Sounds familiar.
How read in on what's going on in the Pope Sanchez backrooms are you?
Well, I don't work for Pope Sanchez.
So Pope Sanchez was running a project called Project Sandman.
Thank you, Hawkins, for that money.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. Hey, it works. The thing works.
Another $20. Yeah.
We hit the goal.
Yeah, we hit the goal. $200 raised. So now $5 or more. $5 or more will increase the churn, and $50 or more will reduce it. So
I like it.
How about reduce it by 2 or 3?
But I'll say 2.
Okay. All right.
I'm assuming that there's there's some sort of food on the table because Sloan is having this conversation.
Yeah.
So Cass just comes over to the table, does the spin the chair around, sit in it backwards thing.
AC Slater's chair.
Yeah. And slides over some of the food. Whether that's from somebody's plate or whatever.
There's like a glass dish of lasagna still there.
Yeah. He just slides it over and picks up a fork and takes a bite and is like, so about, I don't know, 6 months ago in story? When was that?
Yeah, about 6 months ago.
About 6 months ago, when we were still ostensibly gainfully employed by Benji, we took a kind of side job to help locate some missing Mormon scientists.
I'm going to pause you right there. Thank you, Jock Cop, for that $20.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. No,
increase the churn.
we took on a bit of a side job against Pope Sanchez, as it turned out, to locate some missing Mormon scientists that they had kidnapped for a sick thing they were running called Project Sandman. To deal with life support and cryo sleep, and it was this whole thing. The scientists we found were literally drill fucked in the head. It was not a good time. That project was run by I'm going to go with sociopathic woman by the name of Nari Dreek. And yeah, apparently she's the one telling PNN about the protomolecule.
Sounds like she's gained a conscience suddenly.
Oh, one can only hope. She was...
It's nice not having to worry about being on the right team.
She was a treat. Oh, no, let's put it that way. Thank you, Vixie.
Yeah, thank you, Vixie, for that.
Thank you, Vixie.
Additional
And additional point of churn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
What have we got ourselves into?
I'm so excited.
Me too.
I'm sorry. What?
I lost my cooler.
Yes, murder them for good causes.
Indeed. Yeah. So this goose chase we've been sent on. Back to Luna again.
Well, I'll do some research, but your captain and I have some discussions to make about further employment after this. Though I would suggest that you look into this as a matter of course, simply because from your conversations with the captain, your other unnamed employer seems to also be interested in something similar. So you may want to trace down these leads.
Yeah. I mean, we're here to ferry you around to find whoever this person is, and that's the next stop. So as long as you've got bus fare, we've got fuel in the tank.
Right. Sloan kind of nods and she kind of looks over you and goes, "Yeah, let's go to Luna then." And she
That sounds like
you
fun.
see me just turn around and start
Yeah.
walking up to the bridge.
she pulls you. She says, "Cass, come with me real quick." And she pulls you down to like a more secluded place of the deck. She goes, "There's something that Diana here knows about Mars. She's Martian, obviously, but there's something else that's going on, and I'm trying to get something out of her. So I'm going to be spending as much time as I can talking with her. So from at least until further notice, you're going to be in charge, since you decided you're the XO now. So,
Wow.
congratulations, yourself. Now you have responsibilities."
Sweet. Hi, Captain.
She pats you on the shoulder and goes, "Good luck," and then walks back to go talk with Diana some more. So it's a pretty quick process to file a flight plan back to Luna. You guys just came from there anyways, so
Yep.
no one's going to stop you from leaving. However,
And they could try.
I'll also add that I believe you guys got a like a little he had some stuff that would verify his information. He handed it to you in terms of like a data file. So that data file shows who was talking. Like it's the conversations between.
It's AIM chat logs. Got it.
Essentially, yeah. But so all you know is that it comes from Level City on Luna. But there's no other, there's no other information that'll lead you. So you're going to have to do some more sleuthing to figure out where Nari might be set up these days.
Yep.
I want to let you know.
Does the chat log have the header information?
It does have some information, yes. So a lot of it's blacked out, but you're going to have to do some sleuthing on terms of that.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
So give me a research check on that one.
Oh, I'm taking this thing to Jata.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jata's still in his bunk, so
I head down to Jata's bunk, aka office.
Jita is busy, like, just flying the drone around in circles, going, what brings you to my office?
Like,
I land the drone on his head.
Like a chieftain.
Okay. Cass like takes a deep breath, just like, "Hi, Jata.
Oh yeah.
I could use your help with something."
Oh, really?
Yeah, weird, huh?
Why else would you come to my office? Yeah, what do you want?
I toss him, or I like swipe the chat logs over to his hand terminal.
And
Those-
what is this?
Those are conversation logs between our target and the people at the Pyramid News Network, and I was hoping you might be able to dig into the information attached to those logs and see if you can get us a general area of the city that they're broadcast or that they were sent from.
I can try. That's very impressive, by the way. Your head's barely even moving.
Yeah,
the drone is like balanced on his head. Like,
yeah,
He's got a drone crown.
yeah. Well,
Wait, is this drone crown on Cass?
it's lit.
It's
yeah,
on
it's
Cass.
landed
it's
on
balanced
Cass.
on
Oh, I thought it was
Cass's head.
just, I thought you were like,
No, no,
welcome
no.
to my office, and it just like
It's just-
landed on your head and just had a conversation with you. And I was like, this is great.
Though it would be cool if Jata had a hat that had like a magnetic clamp on it, so he could just land the drone.
Note to self: make drone control by whistling alone.
You're gonna need a fin if you're gonna control it by whistling.
That's how it'll attach on my head. Yeah. Like,
I thought it was so funny because just you having this serious conversation with just this gentle.
That's why Cass had this
drone on your
big
head.
sigh at the beginning.
Just, welcome to my office.
And then Cass like reaches up and very gently picks the drone up by the sides and sets it on Jata's bed. And all right,
mhm.
call me when you have some information.
Yep.
And
So as he's
turns the
leaving,
head
I start.
Okay.
What do I have to roll?
Give me a. You have two options. You can use a intelligence research check, communications investigation check, or.
you have two options. These three options.
Yeah, those are the two main options. But I'm trying to see what else is there that I can.
This is for me to like to hack something, right?
Well, this is for you to try to backtrace something. Essentially, what you're trying to do is backtrace these logs to figure out where they come from specifically. You know that they come from Level City, but you're trying to look at all the data in the metadata to kind of find out where it actually came from.
Right. Well, I've got intelligence, technology, and security, and cryptography. That's like so.
Give me intelligence technology then for that.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a 20.
Go all the way down to find it. So 20. Great. So that's okay. You're able to use your research skills and find out that she is hiding in a place called Kara Kara Electronics.
Kara Kara Electronics.
At least that's
Okay.
where all this information seems to be coming from, where she's doing this information.
Okay.
So and based off of that, I'll give you this basic understanding. The company is located in Luna and Level City. It sells high-end surveillance equipment, supplying not only the military customers, but also wealthy private citizens. The founder of the company is named Marjorie Louis, who still works every day on site and often meets personally with prospective customers, even though she's wealthy enough off the company's success to let subordinates handle client sales. And the facility has extremely good surveillance and using many of their own products on site.
So you said the name Marvix. Who was that again?
Marjorie Louis.
And who are
She's
they?
the owner. She's the owner of the company.
Okay. And this is as Cass is walking out the room still, right?
Yes, you just basically like,
Okay. So I go up, 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 up,
And then the drone.
like flies in front of his face. It's like done. So yep, Kara Kara Electronics, Marjorie Louis, she owns the place. They do surveillance stuff. Anything else? No? Okay, bye. And I This time it lands on my head. You may leave. And I waved the data to him.
Nice. All right. As I head out of Jata's room, I also pull up my hand terminal and I send a wave to Mr. Lee.
Okay.
Asking if he has a secure dock in that area we could use.
After
I know it's going to be speed of light delays.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we'll kind of go through it a little bit quicker. So, unless anybody else has something else they want to do specifically, because I figure, Mark, you're probably already filed up flight plan and out of there by now, right?
Yeah, we're underway.
So
specifically, I want to try to find a way to dock in such a way that Vector Security won't be able to tell that the Actium has docked on Luna.
Should have started before I filed a flight.
Well,
no.
I want to like they can maybe tell that we're going to Luna, but I don't want them to know what dock we're at.
Yeah. Lee sends back after a few minute like delay. He sends back just a text message that essentially says he will he'll send some confusing data out into the net. And he'll start looking into vector security in terms of this whole situation. He thought that he even says essentially like he thought that they were minor players, but if they're following you everywhere you're going, they may be on to something. So.
On Pope Sanchez's time.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you don't know if they're just like following you or if they're just following the same leads as you.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they did attack us at our dock on Luna.
Yes, that's true.
So there is that. I think I have every reason to assume that Vector Security has something against us.
I think you removed one of their legs. You blew up one of their research stations. You framed one of their crews for.
It's nice not having to worry about being on the right team.
I didn't blow up his leg. I freed a hard point.
Thank you, Vexy, for that additional $20, increasing that churn to higher numbers. And $260 they raised for
when does it get
the Dale
real
project.
in the churn?
10 points.
5 is when something
points.
happens. 10 is when something big happens.
No,
and 30 is when something terrible happens.
It's 10 is something minor. 20 something major, 30 just you're fucked.
Oh yeah, keep going. Yeah, we got plenty of points then.
Yeah, we've only increased it by 3 so far.
I thought it was like 5. We're just screwed. Okay,
Yeah,
wow. All right,
I thought
go
something
nuts.
minor happened at 5, but oh well, 10.
No,
I'm
it's
into it.
you roll at 10 and it's between you like 1 and 3 at a d6.
Let's hit 30 today.
We've always
I'd just like to point out I would just like to point out the last thing that we know that Paul planned for a 10 rollover was a nuke. Okay, so minor might not be as minor as you think.
Well, we can deal with one nuke.
Fine, we'll role play out of a nuke. We'll be fine.
That's
What you looking at, Smooth
That's
Motor?
a quote. That's a quote right there. We'll role play out of a nuke.
Given the way that we roll in space combat, one nuke isn't that big of a deal.
You mean the way our captain rolls in space combat?
My survivor. All right, we'll be fine.
All right.
Yeah. Highland will be fine.
So, but essentially, what he says is that he's going to flood the information so that no one knows exactly what dock the Actium is going to be in.
Excellent. On the trip to Luna,
having to worry about being on the right team.
I am gonna. Oh my goodness, Vexy. Thank you again.
Thank you.
On the trip to Luna, I'm also gonna try and have a friendly conversation with. Oh wait, did the kid ever come back to the ship?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, I forget his name already.
Jesse.
Sure, Jesse.
Yeah.
Right. Good. So
Junior.
That's what Highland calls him. Junior, get here.
since Highland isn't busy sweeping up the ship anymore,
No.
I'm gonna also just try like sit down to have a conversation with him at some point during the journey.
Okay.
So
Sit down and talk with him. All right, so we'll cut to that real quickly because we're kind of going to the interlude between the travel times and everything. You sit down with him. You find him. He sits him down. He kind of sits there and goes, "Yeah, boss, what's up?"
Well, no, I'm not sitting down with Jesse. I'm sitting down with Highland.
Oh, with Highland. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes?
I just wanted to say that was quite the move you pulled back at PNN. I appreciate the one that allowed us to completely catch our enemies off guard and make it as non-violent as possible.
Ah, yes, well.
One directionally non-violent. Just wanted to make sure that I learned a long time ago that it's good to call out people's successes. So, well done,
Thank you.
Highland. And
I'm glad it worked, really. It's just you've got to. It's what I've noticed is you have to try and get inside their mind and how they would react, and it's just militaristic or not. People who wish they are militaristic, like a PMC or things like that, they try too hard. So use that and exploit it. It's usually what I do.
excellent. Well, wasn't sure. Honestly, when you joined the crew, wasn't sure I'd be able to count on you, but glad you're here.
That means a lot. Well, I'm glad I'm here as well. Otherwise, I'd be dead.
Cass walks over to the cupboard and pulls out one of the bottles from his stash since he's not drinking anymore. And just walks by and just says, "Just so you know, I'm gonna have expectations in the future," and like plunks it down in front of Highland and walks away. And it's a fairly nice bottle of. It's still like fungus whiskey, but it's one of the nicer bottles.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yep.
I also still love the fact that you have an MCRM Tachi cup right there.
It's funny. This is actually just a Yeti cup.
I know it's all they use, but it is the same. It's the same style,
same color,
as the show. So
That's great.
Thank you very much.
As he like echoes it down the corridor, I think, and then he continues. I think whatever he's eating, I think he probably pours a shot of it into the food, realizes it's disgusting, tries to muscle it down anyway.
Yep. And I just shout back over my shoulder, "Just make sure you're sober by Luna."
How long is that?
2 days.
Yeah. Couple days.
Mark, this is Highland. Highlander Mark.
Yeah, what's up?
I was wondering how long until we get to our destination. I've got something came up, and I was wondering how long we have.
Couple days. I mean,
Okay,
you
great,
probably
thank you.
pick up the speed if you want.
Well, no, take your time. Take your time. All right.
And I think we see him like scramble to the cupboard and grab a glass.
All right, so you don't see much of Sloane throughout much of this. When she's not in her quarters, she's talking with Diana, and you get the strong sense from her when you do talk to her that she's trying to convince Diana that she's a friend, and trying to get as much information out of Diana as possible. So she's focusing on that. Over the course of several days, I'm sure Highland gets progressively smashed. Enjoying himself. But after you guys do a flip and burn to slow yourself down and get yourself towards Luna, you guys arrive at Luna. No real consequences for right now. The Level City is pretty big. Let me see if I can find a good description for Level City. So Level City is like one of the main landing points on Luna. It's like one of the major cities that exists there. So it's as busy as any port it's as busy as Ceres, as big as any city on Earth. So for those of you guys for like Martians visiting, and even for Belters, it's packed. You're not used to how busy this place is. Like, it's just filled with people.
Gross.
You're used to at least some distance. The most biggest crowd you see is something like a couple thousand. This is like a couple thousand when you step off the docks when you arrive. And the areas inside, are much busier. These are like, you guys got a dock which is kind of on the quiet side of the city. But thanks to your research, you know exactly where to go. So who wants to go? Who's going out to investigate this lead?
Oh, this is Cass's home turf, so.
Well, I would be trying to find Sloane to see if she's staying on the ship or.
She's definitely staying on the ship with Diana.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna go stretch my leg.
Okay. Jata?
Wait for me! Go the opposite way.
Okay, let's do this.
Jonta? Okay.
I bring my drone, but I'm usually carrying it, so.
Okay.
I also,
the medical, not the combat. The combat stays on the ship.
Yeah, Cass looks at the drone and tries to figure out if it's clearly Martian design or not.
The one that Jata has?
No, the drone's drone. Mark's
Drone's
drone.
drone?
Medical.
It's a medical drone.
Yeah. It's clearly a Martian design drone, but it's not a combat drone.
Yeah, there is a war on. So.
Oh wait, my drone is Martian as well.
Yours is private. Yours is not a military drone though. It's a private.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Well, Jatal was coming anyway. He went to get his controller. He was walking through. Yeah.
It's on your terminal, so your hand terminal, so you can use it for like that.
Yeah, and you have 5 of them on you at a time?
Hand terminals, yeah. So what Jata wanted to do on the way to the flight was basically on his EVA suit and also his normal suit. If you look at his back, you might notice that there's now what basically looks like a hanger clip on his back. So the drone goes vertical and then clips itself on his back like a little like a pair of wings, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Smooth.
Smooth.
Would the medical drone, while not active, fit in a duffel bag?
We've not really described the size of the drone. I've always thought it was the same size as a combat drone, which is about the same size as a person. It's kind of like a person's torso. Yeah. It's about the same size.
Wait, how big is my drone?
I mean, I could fit a person.
Yours is slightly bigger than a modern quadcopter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know this, but I can fit a person's torso in a duffel bag.
CPR dummies. So yeah, you can probably do that.
All right. Yeah, Mark, duffel the drone for now, just in case. Earth is technically at war with Mars, and I know it's not a combat drone, but it sends a message.
Carrying a duffel bag around? I leave the drone behind.
I mean, you were going to carry the drone anyway.
Just remember, you need it. It's back at the ship.
We've got duffel bags. I mean, pick one up from the storage. I mean, no.
All right.
Not for me.
Martian pride and all that. Cass also is Highland coming along? We didn't determine that.
Yeah, are we there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right, not
we've
so loud.
landed.
Okay, easy. Right, all right, I'll make my way down.
And I think he, in a horrible hungover state, makes his way, sluggishly zips up his suit, probably puts the top half of it back on, and makes his way, grabs the helmet for a second, puts it back down, and then, actually, I think he takes it, kisses it, and then puts it back on the hanger, and then walks out with everybody and takes a gun out before even leaving.
All right, ready.
Holster the weapon.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
What's the rules for the station?
If you're going to carry a rifle, you're going to have to conceal it in some way because it's a lot more civilized as a station than places you guys have been to recently. You wouldn't be able to open carry weapons on level station.
Okay. Well, I can't take my rifle with me then.
Okay. Do you have a backup, like a pistol or something like that you could use? He's a drone.
My drone is non-combatant.
Yeah.
Does Cass, as a former member of the security forces, have a carry license?
Yes, and you still have your UNID, so if anybody was to like get super sketchy about it, you could easily just be like UN, boop, you know.
Yep.
If no one looked at it too hard, it would confuse people.
Cool.
Oh, and of course I have a pistol. I've got a pistol.
So, I've got a Kilo's pistol in a small of the back holster under my jacket, and my modified sidearm that from my UN days actually on my hip.
Okay. So, you guys depart. Buster.
On our way there.
You guys are on your way there.
Yep. I want to make a stop on the way there.
Okay. Where do you want to stop?
Because Cass can clearly see what's going on with Highland, having been in that position many times. So Cass swings the group into the equivalent of like a dive diner, and just orders.
It's nice not having to worry about being on the right team.
Vixie. So much churn.
So much churn.
I'll have 1 cup of Vixie, please.
Vixie, I'll take a Vixie special.
Double shot.
Please.
He orders, and this is probably something that that Highland will have never had, but he orders just 2 eggs over easy and a piece of burnt toast, and throws some hot sauce on the eggs, and then just like slides it down to Highland, and it's like, okay, old Earth remedy.
For what?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It looks disgusting. This is food?
It's as close to food as the place like this as a place like this ends up, but scarf it down, you'll feel better.
All right.
I saw what you did. I saw what you did with my whiskey. You can eat this.
It wasn't me.
And he tosses him. He like grabs one of those bundles of cutlery with a napkin wrapped around it, and just tosses it to Highland. Cass also orders himself, a
Vixie.
Yeah,
a Vixie special.
A Vixie special.
That's what it's called from now on. Is Vixie special. Yeah.
Now, Cass orders himself something greasy because it's like, when was the last time he was on Earth? And then he like turns to the other guys and, are you hungry?
Depends on what this stuff.
It's real meat, not vat grown. This is like stuff that's raised on the moon.
It's barbaric.
Moon cows.
Moon cows.
I think I'll have some coffee and burnt toast.
Man after my own heart.
So they give you what it is. It's not that busy of a diner. It's fairly. It's like between shifts on the moon. So there's just some people kind of coming in and going. You see some belters, some earthers, some guys in like lower level management positions for companies on Luna. Some workers in jumpsuits coming in and going. Nothing really big.
Yep.
So you guys enjoy your meal. It's Highland. It's disgusting.
And
It's a hangover remedy. It's supposed to be.
I feel
You're less focused on the hangover now.
right. That is okay. I have to poop. I'll be back. Excuse me.
Not ever having the greasy. This is not what I'm used to. Eating just like bricks of protein slabs and things like that. So
Yeah, like vat-grown ribs and such.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, this is not agreeing.
Now you're eating undercooked chicken ovum
Yeah,
and burnt toast.
Yeah, exactly. Just, oh, this is not working.
I get
It's nice
bacon.
not having to worry about being on the right team.
Thank you,
Hawkins.
Hawkins, for that donation. $10. Add to the churn.
I go. Do you guys do the Hawkins grown ribs?
Yeah, we got the Hawkins grown ribs if you want them. No one really wants them usually, but we have them.
Yeah, I'll wait. So no one. Are they free?
No, you have to pay for them.
You said no one wants them.
No one usually orders them, but we have them in stock.
Why would you have them in stock if nobody orders them?
Because every so
Surely-
often someone orders them,
Like who?
like you.
And when was the last time I was here?
I've never seen you before. I'm saying people like you.
Like who? Like who? Are you generalizing me right now?
You're a belter, aren't you?
Oh! Look at you now. Pff, you gonna give me this for free or not?
No, I'm not going to give it to you for free. I'm like, it's, and he puts it out like 20 credits. It's not that much.
Then it wouldn't matter if you give it to me for free.
Breakfast is on me.
Okay.
I'll put it on you if you pay for it. It's free, right?
Yes, it's free. If
It's
paid
free
for
to
it.
you.
I'm busy here. Cats.
I am negotiating.
Give me a persuasion check. If you don't have it, just communications.
Okay.
Sending someone in to negotiate, and then Jata comes around the corner.
Give up and give me everything.
11.
He goes, looks at you and goes, listen, buddy, you can pay or you can leave.
I'm not hungry anymore. I press a button and like the drone that's like attached to my back just goes woo! And I just walk away.
Anger,
Yeah.
Chita.
I'll be at table 6.
Shrugs. and goes,
Oh. Sorry
All right.
about my associate.
he seems special. And then very, very special.
That's a word for it.
So
Anyway, and Cass like pays and tips like 50% because he's just like happy to have good food again.
yeah, you don't have to roll for that because it's under your total income. So
Yeah, I intentionally went to the equivalent of a Denny's.
yes,
When
you
when
wound up
Cass
at a
is-
Denny's. Yeah.
Cass is technically, I think, in the wealthy
Yeah.
bracket.
Are there security cameras in here? I'm looking around. Like, not. This is just me thinking, asking the GM.
There's like one or two. Nothing that stands out. Like standard issue stuff. Like not something
Would
that's
they
like
ha-
constantly recording, but it's something that if something would happen, they'd go back and review the tape, kind of thing.
Do they happen to have like a, I don't know, like a logo on them?
Yeah.
Do I recognize the logo?
Give me a perception check because they're kind of far away.
Okay. I got searching. Or is that like
it's perception seeing is what it would be. So just perception.
okay? All right.
That's all you need.
Okay, cool.
You what you see is logos for two logos. First off, the company logo, which you recognize as a standard kind of issue place, and you also recognize that the like logo that's on top of it, which is like the kind of those buy from sort of places, like car places in the U.S. will have little stickers that often they stick onto cars that they sell if they're like used cars and say like bought from this dealership. That's kind of the same thing, and it's from Kara Electronics.
Hey.
Hey, you said that. You said that a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know that name.
I keep it in mind.
Okay. So you guys enjoy your meal. You pay for it. You guys are ready to go. You guys continue on to Kara.
Yep.
All right.
Cass is like noticeably in a better mood than he usually is.
This is the closest you've been to home in years without having to shoot somebody.
Yeah, because I was like, I rode a desk on Luna for 5 years, but Earth is home. So it's like, Luna is close and I'm here on peaceful terms and I get to go to a diner and it's just like,
Man, this place is a dump, right?
This place is disgusting.
Oh yeah, Luna sucks, but I'm glad to be back.
I don't know why you poisoned
at least they got coffee.
I should have grabbed
Trust
coffee.
me, give it 15 minutes, Island. You will feel better because all of the toxins and most of everything else will leave your system on your next trip to the bathroom.
You know,
I'm
Cass,
excited
we
for
should
the
pick
second
up.
time.
We should pick up some things we can only get here on our way out. Just saying.
Good plan. I'm sure Jata will have a field day when we get to the electronics shop.
So
And we just head out. I assume we have to take like a tram or something.
yeah, you can take a tram. I mean, these are old. This is an
All
old
sci-fi
city.
cities have trams.
Yes.
That's what I know.
Of course.
These are old. This is an old city, so it has trams, but a lot of it is walking tunnels as well, because like everything is connected by walking tunnels.
From the
Big
spaceport.
domes, So you can walk from the spaceport to anywhere, but there are trams that
Without
go
a
all over the
tram?
city. Yeah, without a tram.
Crazy.
I know.
Crazy talk.
Crazy talk. It's just that old, that antiquated. So you guys get to Kara, maybe about hour or so in after landing, after your diner excursion. You get to the outside. You know where it is. It's kind of in a more secluded area of the of Level City. It's not like run down, but it's definitely more muted. It's like in kind of, you go down this alleyway and it's one of the smaller kind of businesses on the alleyway, though you can tell that it's controls like this entire warehouse that's connected to, but it's obviously not a huge business. It's not like a business that has like a storefront and like people coming out and salespeople and such. It's more like a company that operates mostly through sales orders, through like not person to person meetings sort of thing. So they don't have a lot of
Like a small street market connected to a warehouse.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So you see a few people coming and going from it, but it's mostly a less trafficked area of Level.
As we're getting close, I sort of lean over and nudge Jata a little bit and like,
It's nice not having to worry about being on
I'm
the
right there.
Thank you, Vexy. More money. We're at
6, I think 7. 6,
7 at 330 raised for Bail Project. So
Hell yeah.
Oh, I just thought you'd be up for a little bit of a challenge.
Wait, what?
We're going into a building that's all about surveillance and security.
And you want me to do what?
I'd like you to keep us off the cameras and see if you can find Nari on the cameras.
What's in it for me?
I won't try to feed you any eggs. I won't try to feed you any eggs. And if they have anything in their showroom that's particularly tasty to you, I mean, we won't be on the cameras, so nobody will have any evidence that I bought it for you. And he says that one quietly, so the rest of the group doesn't hear it.
I walk off. So if you're into surveillance cameras before, we Sloan and I once used them in order to like to do the whole like After Effects thing and like replace us with somebody else. I might still have that algorithm. It might be weird, but like dice allowing, I would like to make it so that
You're breaking up a little bit. Hopefully you're still with us. There we go. So you, last we heard is I'd like to have it so, and then you broke up.
Yeah, sorry about that. There's a storm. So, dice allowing, I would like to have it so that I'd like to inject some code into the system somehow so that whenever the cameras pick us up, it replaces us for
always the crucial information.
It replaces us for what?
Black armored people from like, I don't know, Vector Security.
From Vector Security, so pulling some of the footage from like other places you've encountered Vector.
Like our own airlock several times.
Yeah, I have a lot of footage of them. Like I could like.
Okay, yeah, give me an intelligence security check for that. And this is going to be part of a. I mean, the whole thing's going to be a challenge. So, that's all you needed. You needed 14, but so that'll reduce. Essentially, what that does is that reduces the success threshold, which is 15. So it's now down to 10. So that's that adds to that.
Okay, so 5 stun points.
Yes.
It wasn't me, and churn because me don't want to die today.
So reduce the churn by 1, and it wasn't me as a 3, right? I want to make sure.
One more time.
Reduce the churn is 1, and it wasn't me as like 3, right?
Well, the churn one is 1+, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 1+.
Yeah, calming the water. So I think he wants to reduce the churn by 2, and it wasn't me. Oh no, it wasn't me as 4, actually.
4.
Yeah, it wasn't me as 4.
So basically, the point you're putting into the churn keeps it from going up because of it wasn't me.
Yeah. So it remains that. Okay. So it wasn't me, which is you leave evidence another character is responsible for the results of your test. So it works perfectly with what you're trying to look for. So that's awesome. All right. So you're able to, after a few, like about 10 minutes or so, it takes you about 10 minutes to inject this. You kind of like pull up your hand terminal, kind of pull up the security information. You like toss that information in, using that kind of the tool you already developed for it. Throw it up there, and you're fairly certain that any footage of you will be replaced with Vector Security images.
Deep faked. All right. If Jata gives me any signal that that's complete, All right. I walk into the showroom.
Okay. So you walk into the showroom. There's a little door. It's open. You pull it open. Let me. So you, as you walk in, there's a person at the desk. It's kind of a small desk in a big white room. Some soft music's playing in the background. It's like elevator music style. The person looks up. I
think Highland unholsters his pistols and walks in casually.
Casually with his pistols out. So with with the cast leading the way, as he walks in, the guy goes, welcome to Kara. Can I help you? He's focusing on Cass for the moment.
I just walk up and I lean on the counter. I'm like, maybe. Looking for some specialized equipment. I know you generally tend to operate more in the surveillance and security realm, but I'm wondering if you might have anything, maybe in reference to long distance space travel. I have it on authority. You might have an expert on site.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to subtly say I know Nari's here.
Okay.
And I want to talk to her.
Give me communications, bargaining, or persuasion.
Just communication. I don't have any.
Okay, just communication. Yes, that's fine.
All
14.
Right. Smith and 14.
Hey, and you got 5 stunt points, so you succeed.
Time for some social stunts.
Yes. So you're now down. Threshold's now down to 5. So TN's still 14, but threshold's 5.
I'm going to use making an entrance, which is if this is my first encounter of the action, gain +1 on my next opposed roll against one character who witnessed it. And I'm actually going to use hidden message.
Okay.
To specifically convey that I'm looking for Nari.
Okay.
I know, basically, I know more than I'm letting on, but I need you to know that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 3 of my points.
You get 2 more points.
Yeah. I will. So there's only the one person really behind the desk, right?
Yes, there's only one person behind the desk.
Then I will just use the other 2 points on impress, so that I get +2 on my next social test against them during this encounter.
Sounds good. Okay. They kind of look at you, they look down at their notes, look back at you, nod a little bit, and go, "We might." What's it in for you?
Oh, well, that your expert might have some information on a piece of technology we're looking for, and also she's kind of an old friend. I'd really like to catch up.
Give me another communication check. 14.
I get +2 on this.
Mm-hmm. You need those +2. So now it's down to 2 points left on that one. Goes, I mean, do you have an appointment?
Did Jata follow us in?
I'm with them, yeah.
Okay. I look over my shoulder and sort of eye Jata and go, I don't know. Did you call ahead and make that appointment?
Can I roll? Can I try and
Since
do
he's already
something?
in their systems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give me a cryptography check for that one, because now you try to hack into their meeting
Their
systems.
calendar.
Yeah, their calendar. So you need to.
By the way, Paul, I'm just browsing the store while all this is
just walking around,
Yeah,
no one's noticed.
They have for sale and stuff.
No one's noticed that Highland just walking around with 2 pistols in his hand, just like.
Yeah, I imagine if it was a Verizon store, he's off just playing around with some of the displays, but he's putting the gun down and using the touchpad of his pistol and
picking up a camera,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just
putting the
right.
Tapping it on. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah. Being super conspicuous.
All right, so yeah, you're able to, and that's all you needed. So You're able to like pull up your hand terminal and just kind of tap a few things and flip it over, and then the guy pulls up his hand terminal and goes, "Oh, you're here for Miss Dreek."
Indeed.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure she's expecting you. Her office is this way, and she starts leading you out of the lobby and into the warehouse.
I follow.
Oh yeah, pump up.
Sorry. And he drops the device and shuffles over. Forgets his pistol on the counter, turns around, grabs it. And then he shuffles over to it.
So you guys walk into the warehouse. Go ahead.
Giving him that bottle of whiskey was the worst decision Cass ever made.
Yeah, he's so hungover. He's too old for being hungover, so it's just the worst right now.
So you walk
brain is working at like half speeds.
You walk in and into the warehouse. That's kind of behind this thing. You see a couple of crates that have still been opened with surveillance equipment that people are kind of moving stuff into. You see a couple of people wandering around. She takes you up some stairs on some metal scaffolding towards some upper offices. She walk up to the door and knock and go. You knock and goes. Miss Drick, this is Miss Louie. You have some guests here. You hear some voices behind the door. Go. What kind of guests? She responds. Old friends of yours, goes by the name Filthy Earther?
And I just
Nice.
I like lean over to the intercom and I'm like, "Come on, Nari, aren't you expecting us? It's Cass."
He goes, Oh, yes. Let them in. So the door opens and Ms. Louie gestures for you to enter. So it's just you can leave when you're done. Just exit to the front or to the warehouse. She walks away back to the front. In there you
Probably
see,
like startles a little bit at Highland. Just like, "Oh, pistols."
yeah.
I
Yeah, you do that. She goes, "Whoa, okay," and then continues walking, and then walks a little bit faster, and it kind of walks into the office.
There we go.
And I wander into the office.
Okay, so as you go into the office, it's mostly dark. There are some lab equipment scattered around, some spotlights that are in the area that you see the pale, tall figure of Nari, red hair, freckles. Overly pale. I don't know how to put this. The best way of describing it is she looks like naturally her skin is more tan or more brown, but because she's literally been living in like asteroids, she is super like drained of a lot of that color. So it's this kind of almost like a
As pale as me. Got it.
yeah. So
Perfect.
It's this is the first time you've seen Nari. She's very tall, there, Heinlein. And she strikes a pose of like confidence and affluence, as she always does. She looks at you guys coming in and goes, Cass?
Nari? Cass like looks around, even though it's dark. It's like, if you have any recording equipment, you may want to turn it off.
She kind of nods and reaches over and pulls back a pistol that's on the table and goes,
Is it the one I gave her?
yes. It's and it pulls it back and kind of looks at you and goes, who are you working for?
For once, ourselves. For the most part.
Do I see this?
Yes, you see this.
Okay, yeah, I already have my pistol.
Yeah.
Easy.
Cass does like the calm down gesture. He's like, Highland, it's okay. I'm glad you kept it.
In delta, that means shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot them! So she kind of sighs and goes, "Whew, that's good." Because she sneezes. Gun goes off. Everything goes chaos.
Turn hit 30.
So that's good because I thought you were working for Benji or Pope Sanchez.
No, trust me, that's a relationship that has come to an end. Let's put it that way. Benji we're going to be seeking some compensation from Benji. Our pound of flesh, as it were.
So what brings you here?
A side gig. And Cass like leans back and shuts the door behind us if it's not already closed.
Yeah, it's closed.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see your name come up in conjunction with the reason we're here. But we had a conversation with some mutual friends over at the Pyramid News Network.
Yeah.
And they directed us your way. We've been hired to look into something called the Protomolecule.
Yeah. I know it. I was the one who told Pyramid about it.
We know. By the way, you're going to want to keep an eye out for vector security.
That's why I thought you were.
As far as your cameras are concerned, that's who we are.
What do you want to know about the protomolecule?
Everything you can tell us.
As far as I know,
where to get some if you know.
I used to work with it for figured out what it was and left Pope Sanchez holding the bag.
Well, you're more informed than we are.
As far as I can tell, do you remember when Eros went into Venus?
No, I had completely forgotten about the time an entire asteroid decided to up and move halfway across the solar system and slam into a planet.
Well,
got him.
Likely it has to do with this protomolecule. Mal Krakowski was doing something weird with it, and Pope Sanchez wanted it. So, Sebastian Pope, you know him. Any tool to get him across the galaxy in one piece. So he thought this was his key to getting out of the solar system. So he hired me to look into it when I got back to him after the failure of Project Sandman. Didn't take me long to figure out that this is not a stable tool to use. And the fact that several million belters had to die for it didn't make me too keen on this whole thing. You see, Cass, since we last met, I had a big, long think about who I am and what I'm doing, and it's important that scientific advancement happens. But none of us are here to enjoy that advancement. What's the point? So I decided that if I quit, people need to know about it. I'm trying to get my hands on the samples of the protomolecule, at least what Pope Sanchez has and what Benji's looking for. Possibly reverse that. It's been hard to find out. One or the other has them. I think Pope Sanchez lost them to Benji, as last I checked.
Our intel says that Benji's looking for a buyer for some bad... correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say our intel says Benji's looking for a buyer for some big bad weapons, so sounds like we're all working to the same purpose here.
Yep. Well, I can tell you this. Last I heard, there was a shipment from Benji's crew that was being sent from Ganymede towards Mars. Fortunately, I heard this through my sources in Vector Security, who were already setting up a ship to intercept this other ship.
Right. So Vector's got it.
Well, last I checked, those ships are still on course of meeting each other. Vector's trying to be a little bit subtle about it, so they're trying to make it look like a pirate attack.
Do you have coordinates?
Pulls up her hand terminal, flips it to you.
What about containment protocols?
Best I can tell, don't touch it, don't breathe it, don't let it even be in the same room as you. Best as possible. Even if it's not Protomolecule, it's a chance to give Pope a black eye. And, that's okay with me.
Fantastic.
How big is it? How much is it? Hi, Jata Akan. Hi, how big is it? I mean, not Jata. I don't know these people. How big is it?
She says, I don't know. The sample I used was this big.
So they be ferrying just a whole fleet with just this one thing that they're moving.
They're trying to hide it amongst other stuff so that it doesn't get caught. It's part of a regular transport of refugees from Ganymede to Mars.
It's nice not having to worry about being on the right team.
And in your experience, like, what is it? As in, people are calling it
Protomolecule.
Yes, people are calling it that. So, like, what is it? Like, when we find it, is it going to be a box? Is it going to be like, I don't know, like a bomb, a controller? I don't know. What is it?
It's probably a canister, maybe a small can, as it were. Usually, probably a sample can, similar to what you see for like rocks excavations on asteroids. Usually cylindrical. It might be glass. It might be metal. She looks at the pulls up the kind of statistics and throws you what she has saved on the protomolecule. Says that's the best I can tell you in terms of trying to find it. That's its signature. It does release energy, and I'm going to tell you this right now. As far as I know, never seen something like this. I've never seen what it can do. I've never seen anything like it. Anything like this in terms of how it can work, how it works. I don't even know if it's human.
What can it do?
And
I hope it's not a human. It's inside a box.
She's like, I don't think humans made it. It can change the laws of physics at will.
I'm sorry, Nari. I don't mean to cut you off. Are you saying we're dealing with fucking aliens?
That's what one of my colleagues said.
Wait, nobody told me we were fucking. What?
It's like 2020 all over again. But I'll also turn and look at Mark and Mark. If we're gonna get this, we're probably gonna want to modify one of your drones to carry the canister. Sounds like we don't want to be touching this thing as much as we want to touch this thing as little as possible.
Where can we go in the city to modify drones?
Well, shit. You see Mark walk out, and Paul, I'm looking for a drone shop because I don't want to burn
There's
my
like
drones.
15 nearby. You could buy drones. You can modify drones. They're pretty common in this area.
I'm looking more for an industrial drone.
There's two that are nearby.
Okay. Gonna go there and shopping for something I think can carry a reasonably sized canister without us having to touch it.
I follow to the same store.
Okay.
I bet you
do. She says, you don't have a lot of time, though.
We never do.
Good luck.
I walk over to her desk and I jot down actually get a piece of paper and I jot down the right frequency to send something to me personally on the ship. And I'm like, okay, Nari, thank you for this. If you ever need a hand, Shoot me a wave. And I slide it back across the table to her.
Good luck, Dickass. Try not to blow up any asteroids this time.
I'll do my best. And I turn to head out, and I finally notice that Highland has his guns out. Like, whoa, Highland.
Yes.
Holster the weapons.
I just, I don't know. I think every time we've gone off a station so far, we've had a gunfight.
You're not wrong.
All right. Thank you.
Your instincts are fine, but we're safe here. Now let's go find the drone heads, because I'm pretty sure they're about to spend more money than they need to.
All right.
He puts one away, and then he hides the other under his arms.
So, as you guys leave the building, the second you guys step out of the building, you see 4 UN security officers, full armor, standing there waiting for you.
Including me and drones?
Yes, including you and drones.
Oh, so we didn't make it to that shop.
The second you stepped out, the security officers there. They go,
Oh?
gentlemen, we have reports of an armed man just casually walking around the building.
I didn't do it.
What's he look like?
Tall, belter proportions, beaded
Are you
beaded
calling
mustache.
me a belter?
No. Obviously, I'm not you, but we're looking for this.
Oh, well,
this
have
gentleman.
a nice day, sir.
Hold on. Have you seen this man?
We haven't seen.
No, but I was looking at equipment, not people, so I really wasn't.
Well, why don't you stick around here for a bit, because the owner of this here shop said that he was with 3 other folks, and you seem to meet those descriptions as well.
Oh, great. See, Jata, you walk in next to somebody, and all of a sudden you're with.
I'm gonna assume at this point Cass steps out.
Yeah, Cass and I'm guessing Highland steps out as this happens.
Can I make a roll to see if I recognize any of these people?
Yes, give me a let's see what's a good roll for this one. Give me.
I mean, there is just a simple check roll
perception.
if you don't want it tied to an ability.
Just give me a perception. Yeah. Okay, you don't recognize anybody in this group.
Okay.
They see Highland, and they see you, and they instantly go for their guns and grab their guns and unholster them and go, "Hey, you two,
gentlemen,
what?
Calm down. What's the issue here?"
Guy, but that belter next to you, he's been reported having a gun, waving them around, and scaring the locals. Guns aren't allowed on here.
Well, Cass has his pistol at his hip and steps forward and is like, "Look," and he I'm reaching for my hand terminal.
Okay.
And he swipes it up and is like, "Permit to carry."
He looks at that, and he looks at the rest of them and goes, "Yeah, but do they have permits to carry?"
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about.
And as I do that, I drop the gun. So it just clatters on the ground.
I have no.
Everyone roll initiative.
Throw the gun on the ground.
Yeah. Jumpy right now. Everyone roll initiative.
All right. I am specifically not drawing my pistol, so I have to roll initiative normally.
Okay.
These guards?
These are
UN
cops.
security forces.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
Am I even in the book? I'm not. What happened?
So I don't get to generate those stun points, but that's fine.
All right. So we've got let me turn on the music as well, so we have some action music. All right. And we've got, I'm going to use what I already have set up for these guys.
Can I make an intelligence current affairs check to know what the general reputation of cops in this area are vis-a-vis level of corruptness?
Yeah, give me that. Just for right now. Just for a general idea of what's going on. So we've got Marcus is 13, Jadal has a 10, Cass is a 14.
I didn't even. I'm in the wrong.
Oh yeah, you gotta get in roll 20. Do initiative
I
there.
was in roll 20, but I was in Dark Sun. Hold on.
Okay.
Maybe you are drunk.
He is hungover.
Where am I?
13, 10, 14. They have a pretty general, straight reputation in this area. They're not too.
Right.
They don't have a reputation for being too drunk or too drunk with power, too corrupt. So.
All right, so bribery is out. Got it.
I clicked the button. Oh, there it is.
All right, so it's Highland.
Oh, damn it.
This is the first one, and then looks like the UN guys, and then Cass, then Mark, then Jata. All right. Highland, you're up first. You just dropped your gun on the ground.
No one's fired or anything? No.
They've raised their guns at you.
I guess I just continue to hold my hands in the air.
Okay.
I feel like that would be a normal response for them.
Okay. They one of them as you do that, the one of the UN guys will fire at you. Actually, because there's 4 of you and 4 of them.
Is there a way that I can
fire...
actually hold my action to after them so I could see how they're reacting first?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just swap that.
Cool.
So
That is a minor action, actually, that you can do.
Okay, I'll do that.
just for 1 round though, too. So we'll go back to normal for the next one.
Okay. Yeah.
So because of the gun clattering to the ground and the tenseness, they start shooting. And pistols, 1 for each one of you. Yay! This is okay. So the first one is Highland, that's gonna 18. I assume hits. Second one is Jata. Does 12 hit you?
Does 12 hit me?
Your defense.
In my 12 is my defense.
So it hits.
Okay.
Pretty sure they're all gonna hit.
They all hit. Plus they got stun points. What are their favored stunts, anyways?
Lightning attack.
Lightning attack. Yeah. And we TPK'd the party. It's actually skirmish. What is skirmish?
I want to say that one is relates to there being other people.
Move yourself or your attacks target 2 meters in any direction.
Gotcha.
So they basically fire and then move. So they're going right on top of you. So damage. Remember that you have armor, so you have to negate your armor bonus from these attacks.
Toughness is the number that matters unless they have armor piercing.
Yes, toughness. Well, for you guys, they don't have armor piercing.
Yeah.
So I can say that is because. So whatever your toughness is, remember to reduce that first.
If they're using pistols, it's 2d6. plus their perception.
Perception. Overwatch. All right. Boom, 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 boom. So for Cass, it's 6 points. Jata, it's 6 points. Mark, it's 5 points. Did I do it wrong? No, it's Highland is 6 points.
Yeah.
Jata
Highland,
is
Jata,
6.
Cass, Mark,
Cass
I
is
think was
5.
the order we
And
did.
Mark. Yeah. So.
Okay, so it doesn't get through my toughness.
Okay. So whatever your toughness is, which is your armor plus your natural toughness, reduce that from the damage. If that reduces all the damage, you don't take anything. If you have anything left over after that, you're gonna have to either.
I would use fortune. Just use fortune.
I'm
Use fortune.
using fortune.
Okay.
So
I'm using
I've never been shot before, so this is all very new to me.
Yeah, we're all learning.
What's the toughness on your sheet, Jata?
I am very tough. 5.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to spend 1 fortune to not take damage.
Okay.
You can think of fortune as a double pool. It's a pool that you can use to change dice numbers if you want to, or to essentially give yourself stump points, as it were. Or you can also use it as a health pool. Because there's no real health pool. It's more like fortune and Drake's fortune. So if you spend a fortune, instead of them like hitting you guys, they either like it glances off the armor or just whizzes by you as they fire. That kind of thing.
All right, and the one that fired at me and the one that fired at Jata moved in close, right? Or Mark, the one that fired at me and the one that.
Yeah, they're the ones who moved in close. Yeah, they're the one they moved in close towards you. All right, Highland, your turn.
Island, sorry, I said Meyer.
Yeah.
So they fired. Are they? How many are there? And are they surrounding us?
There are 4 of them, and they're like pairing up between each one of you, like they're moving towards you. You had your hands up.
Shot.
Yeah, shot
And I
at.
used fortune and armor.
So yeah, I think it's going to bounce off
Yeah.
one of the plasteel plates or whatever woven into the jacket. Scratching the jacket as well. But I think sparks probably fly off the shoulder. And so how many are there? I'm sorry.
There are 4 of them.
4 of them, and they're just in front of us. And what's behind us? The
alleyway.
The alleyway.
There's an alleyway. So it's like one side of the alleyway they're blocking. You have another way out, so if you want to try to run, you can.
What's in the alleyway?
Some trash cans. Some there's some people who are still milling about. It's mostly empty.
I will try my. How are they spaced out? What's going on with?
They're spaced out. They seem to be moving in a direction towards you. So like each one of them is like trying to go towards each individual person.
I don't know what to do.
I think I'm gonna just raise my hands even more and go. Oh, stop it! Stop firing! Stop firing! I'm unarmed.
Okay. Cass.
Cass is gonna. So, the guy who moved, did he get like right up on me?
Yes, it's like right on your face.
Okay. Cass is gonna shout over his shoulders and be like, "We're not killing cops!" And he's gonna then try and. I'm gonna make a fighting check, hoping I get stump points to try and disarm the guy, basically. So
Okay.
I'm gonna try and punch him.
Okay. Give it to me.
Fighting. So fighting is. I want to say it works differently in this system.
So how
It's
this
not a
works?
straight check. No,
it's
disarming is an opposed check, but I think fighting
Yes.
is still against.
Fighting is still defense. Yes.
Okay.
It's fighting in Star Trek Adventures is opposed.
Nice.
You hit. You have some points.
All right. So 2 of those points are going on disarm.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, 5 stun points?
5 some points. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna try and
this-
use break weapon. So
So
the turn's gonna go up by 1, but we make opposed fighting checks, and
Yeah.
if I win, his weapon is disabled.
Okay. So opposed fighting checks. Let's go with his. So he goes fighting.
And I might be willing to spend fortune to make this succeed. So.
He fails.
All right.
Beat him.
So Cass does the like John Wick thing. The guy like moves up on him with his pistol, and Cass just like grabs his arm, spins so the arm's around him, then releases the slide on his pistol and just chucks the two halves of the pistol in opposite directions.
Just boom. Yeah. All right. So you disarmed him, and you've knocked the gun away. In this, you also can do damage if you want.
Yeah, I get to do my punch damage, which probably won't get through his toughness, but punch damage. Roll for damage.
Yeah, no. No. So you punch as you go to punch him like in the chest, you just feel like your hand. It doesn't like break your hand, but you punch him, you can just feel it like the armor under it cushion your hand. It's almost like you're punching like a foam insulation.
Yeah, but
memory foam.
But luckily, that punch, because he's like not. I'm sure he's expecting me to go for my gun.
Yeah.
So in the way I see that happening is like I punch, knowing it's not really going to get through his armor, but it catches him off balance. So he like takes one hand off of his pistol, which is when I do the like grab his wrist, pull his arm forward, knock the gun out of it, and break it in half and throw it in opposite directions.
All right. Now, Mark, you're up.
I'm gonna go with the throwing my hands in the air and going, "Stop shooting! I'm not armed." And
Right.
I'd like to try and convince them to stop shooting. So, communication, I guess, because I don't have the official skills.
Persuasion. Yeah, just give me communication.
Yeah.
Oh, could I do that too? I didn't even think of using the.
Yeah, go for it.
The rules.
Okay, that's no.
We're making a communication.
Yeah, communication unless you have communication persuasion.
Communication deception.
If you want to try to use it, tell me how you're going to use the deception.
Because that doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess I have one on my hip, but that's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
14.
That succeeds. Give me some stunt points. Tell me how you're going to.
Oh shit.
So social stunts are on page 5 of the quick reference guide.
Thank you. How much for the churn? Just curious.
It's 1 point.
You can spend up to 3 on the churn.
Okay.
No, wait, no. Sorry, that's infiltration stunts. You can spend as much as you want, but we have 9 points in the churn right now.
Yeah, because you got the drama die 6. So, from the last one, you're fighting.
For my initiative, yeah.
Can I just throw them all in the churn? Your action turns out benefited character.
Oh wait, no. I didn't get a 6 on the drama die. I spent more than 4 stunt points. That's what it was. So we're at 9.
You also got a 6 on the drama die for your fighting.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And you didn't spend more than 4 stunt points on one stunt. That was.
I did.
You did.
I only did break weapon, which is a 5 stunt point stunt.
You know what that means?
10. Roll the dice.
1d6. You were lucky. You were lucky. Turn resets. Actually,
it keeps going.
No, it doesn't reset. It keeps going.
It keeps going. Yeah. So you're
it
at
only
10.
resets on a per adventure per session basis. I think.
So now if it reaches 20, it's automatically either a bad thing happens or a good thing happens, or a bad thing happens or a worse thing happens.
But something still bad happens?
No, this time we got lucky. At 10, nothing can happen.
No. At 10, I rolled a 1d6. So if I got a 1 through 3, it was nothing. 4 through 6 is a minor issue.
So you guys, how many more stunt points churn do we need before we're hitting bad things?
10 more stunt points.
Okay, you heard that.
10 more churn points.
10 more churn points.
10 more churn points. $5 or more.
Yep. Onto the pool.
Or $50 or more if you want to help the team out. If you want to help
us out, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to use any stunts besides to reduce the stunt.
The pool.
Churn, excuse me. Yeah.
By 5.
By 5.
Okay.
Yeah, if I could do by 5, yeah, why not?
Yep.
Right, now
There
it's
may be an upper maximum. I think it might be up to 3.
Hey, that says 1+.
This is 1+. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to do. I don't. There's nothing I'm trying to benefit from. Here.
Just remember, there's a double-edged sword here. The curse of going back below 10 and then
Which
coming
means
up
going
above
back
10.
up to that means you only need 5 more.
Right,
to roll again.
right. So watch out for that.
Just caught up in the churn. That's all.
Because we're going under.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing me.
Yeah. Thank you, Meyer.
Yeah, let's do it. So never mind. 5 more points till something bad could happen, but 15 until something definitely happens.
Yes. All right. I like that system. I like the system a lot. So now it is. What are you trying to say? You're just trying to convince them not to stop shooting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't fire. Don't fire. Don't fire. Stop firing. I'm unarmed.
Oh yeah, I got to do his.
And Cass also, when he does the gun thing, just stares the guy in the eye and says, "Get that gun out of my face," and then just breaks it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So he the cop in front of you seems to lower his weapon as he's doing so, and then it's up to Jata.
So I grab up my grenade.
Open your jacket. It's a grenade time.
So I received the shot. It took 1 point of damage, so it grazes past my face. I go, that better leave a cool scar. I followed my fronts, and I'm basically a starfish on my fronts, and I've rolled over.
Okay. Are you trying to convince him not to shoot you anymore? Or
I've rolled over. I'm out of the fight.
Oh, you're rolling over. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's back to you, Heinlein. You can roll over if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll over. Yeah, that's a really good call.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. I guess I'll just fall to my. I'll fall to my face. I don't know if Highland would do that.
In terms of rolling over, I don't think it physically means you just go.
No,
you could just be like.
You could drop to your knees,
yeah.
hands behind your head, sort of thing.
Yeah, or just
he'd do
keep
that
your hands
either.
up.
I think he would probably just keep his hands up. Yeah.
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 All right. The UN, so the two security guards or 2 UN police will, take you guys, put your hands behind your back, and start cuffing you. The other 2.
It's nice not having to worry about being on the right team.
There you go.
The churn goes down.
Hey,
By 2 points.
Nice.
So
Thank
that's.
you,
Thank you, Vixie.
Thank you.
There we go. And we're at $390 raised for the bail project. So that's awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Good cause, guys.
Nice.
So we've got.
I want to speak to my lawyer. He's called Vixie.
Let's see. It's now. They're going to try to restrain the cast. The cop is going to try to restrain you. So he's going to do a fighting check.
Let me know if I need to make an opposed.
That hits you. So and he's got stun points, and he's going to try to do. Try to do kind of their
Nice
restrain.
not having to worry about being on the right team.
Anonymous gifting $10 to increase the churn up to 4. Thank you. 400. And then Hawkins gives $10. Can pop up here in a second.
Grappling stunts. Restrain is a stunt that costs 5 stunt points.
5 stun points is what he needed.
Yep.
So
If you have appropriate equipment like handcuffs, you and your target make opposed fighting grappling rolls, and if he wins, I'm restrained.
It's nice
Got
not having to worry about being on the right team.
Huh.
that's another anonymous check. $10 up to
We're back up
6
to
stun
5.
points. Up to 6 because Hawkins also
Nice not
dropped.
having to worry about being on the right
All
team.
right,
That was the one you
make
guys went through.
He needs to make his fighting check as well, but
Yep.
here is mine. Sadly, this is just an opposed check, so I don't generate stunts.
Yep. He brings you down, restrains you, handcuffs you. Mark,
Yep.
what are you doing? He's doing the same thing. He's gonna do the same thing.
Wait,
Fighting.
what's happening?
Let's do this. Secret. Okay. Does that beat your defense?
Is he shooting me or?
No, he's trying to punch you in the face.
Oh, I think it matches.
So it beats it. Okay. Your defense is 13. Yeah.
Yep.
So he just punches you in the face. Doesn't have any restraint. So he's any way to restrain you right now. So he's just going to this roll for damage. Baton. 1 damage. That does nothing to you.
Yeah, that doesn't get through my toughness.
No. So he punches you really limply in the chest. So
It's nice
it
not
does
having to
nothing.
worry about being on the right team.
Anonymous donates $10 more, back up to 7.
Thank you for your generosity.
So it reduces it by 2, and then for those wondering, because chat's wondering, wait, I thought what was going on. So what happened is it reduced it. Highland reduced it by 5 with his roll, and then the donation reduced it by 2. So now we're at 3,
7 down, yeah.
and now we're 7. Now we're at 7 after all those donations. So, yeah. Otherwise, we'd have already had it to roll over. All right. So, Mark, you're up. Or Cass, you're already restrained. So, Mark, you're up.
I could technically try and break out.
Yes. Are you going to try to break out?
Let me take a look really quick at the restrained condition and how breaking out of it works. Because it says I think I actually can.
A restrained character speed becomes 0, and they effectively cannot move. A restrained condition may prevent a character from taking certain other actions as well defined by the nature of the restraint. So, you could try. I think you'd have to do opposed fighting checks.
No, it says it's a TN 10 plus the person's fighting grappling score as a strength might check.
Yeah.
So what's the cop's grappling score? Or what, just his fighting, probably?
Just his fighting, yeah. Because he's
okay, so
using
TN 12?
TN 12,
then?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to break out.
Okay. Hulk rip.
Because I'm assuming these guys like use zip tie cuffs.
Yeah.
So hit TN 12.
You break out and you generate stun points.
Oh man. I am going to I can't really do much with these stunts. Or in this position, because I'm not making an attack.
You could do attitude stunts.
You
try to change your attitude.
I'm gonna like snap the zip ties, but I'm gonna flavor it as like, because I used to be UN security, I just know the right way to twist them.
Yeah.
And I snap them and I stand up and I go like, I'm fucking UN, calm down.
Okay. You're gonna use making an offer for that, for the stunts?
Attitude stunts. Yeah, I'm gonna use making an offer and isn't there a way to affect another person? Sway the crowd. Your words affect one additional person.
Yeah. So
I'm doing 3 points into making an offer and 2 on sway the crowd. So I'm gonna try and convince 2 of them to fucking calm down.
Okay. So when you bust out of the cuffs, as you turn up, I'm guessing you grab for like your hand terminal or whatever, and you go, I'm fucking UN. Calm down. And a couple of them look at you, and then look at the other ones, and then the one of them looks at his gun like in pieces and goes, "Oh shit, you might actually be UN." And the other two of them go look at the other one and say, "Just let him up. Let him up."
Here, I pull up the contact info for Mr. Lee,
Mhm.
and I'm swipe it over to him. I'm like, make the call. We're allowed to be here, please.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. So you swipe it over there. They look up. One of them walks away, calls. The other two are kind of just standing there. One of them picks up his gun,
I keep my hands up with my terminal in one hand, like
Yeah.
the guy who's picking up his gun. I'm like, sorry about that. I just don't like guns in my face.
Yeah, he's reassembling his gun and puts it there and puts it down. A few minutes, come back and goes, "They're fine. They're with this UN security." Why did you just say that in the first place?
We didn't really get much of a chance.
Sorry. And some of them go, "Sorry, it's the war going on, rumors of Martian spies everywhere, you know."
You guys are just doing your job.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's nice not having to worry about being on the
Yeah,
right
but
team.
maybe you guys need to go review your use of force policy. That's not punching me in the face.
Meta.
That was not necessary.
But remember, we're anonymous, okay? Like nobody knows we're here. Anonymous. Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
That anonymous
like
donation.
once they calm down, I actually extend a hand to whoever looks like they're in charge of the group, and I'm like, "You're doing your job. I get it. Just
As soon as they say we're done with us, I turn and walk towards the store I was going to.
Okay.
Now that we're done, does
Yeah.
anybody have some Medi-gel for my face?
It's in the drone that you assholes wanted to argue about, and I keep walking.
I assume these are like standard gear cops.
Yeah.
So do they have a pouch with like a little first aid kit or anything?
Yeah.
I point at where it would normally be stowed. I'm like, can I?
Yeah.
You got a Band-Aid for my friend here?
Pulls off the first aid pouch from his belt and tosses it to you.
And I hand it to Jata. I'm like, okay, clean yourself up. I'm sure the
Just
scar's gonna be awesome.
I snatch it from Cass and I go, just walk down like, and I follow Mark.
They profusely apologize. Like, keep it. We're sorry.
Can't even hear them. Like the jets of my fingers, like making all the noise to drown them out.
I walk over and
walk away.
I pick Myth's pistol up, or Highland's pistol up off the ground, and I hand it to him, and I help him back to his feet. Pat him on the back.
What
Let's
happened? Sorry.
so yeah, I know you had to step away for a second.
We're all dead.
Yeah. What am I seeing?
I managed to snap out of my zip ties and hold my terminal up and be like, "I'm UN," and got them to call Mr. Lee, and so we're off the hook.
Oh, nice. You're UN, which means the crazy person you're with is fine. All right, great.
And so I like give you back your pistol. I'm like, maybe keep these holstered for now, buddy.
Right. He's kind of stunned at what you've done.
Right. Thank you.
Cass just turns and he's clearly frustrated, but he's just like, "Gentlemen, go about your business." And turns and heads off to the drone store as well.
Yeah. They head back out. You guys head to the drone store. What are you guys doing in the drone store?
Picking out one to potentially transport this protomolecule canister that was described to us.
Okay. You can find some hazmat drones. Some drones that are just designed for like hazmat removal and like working in 0G and stuff like that.
Perfect.
But you're gonna have to give me. Let me look at the prices, because I made the mistake last time of not looking at the actual prices of things, and people being like, "No, the grenades are actually
They're way
like,
more expensive than you think they are."
Yeah.
Yeah.
4
or 5, I think you said last time.
Yeah. Drones are
they're on page 70 to 71.
14. Yeah.
14.
Yeah,
Okay.
before.
I can just straight up buy one without even making a check, and because it's not higher than.
Great. I don't want another drone, so perfect.
It's going to be a cloud of drones in the cargo bay.
We now have drones for literally every scenario.
Yeah. Combat drone.
Get highlighted out of jail drone.
Espionage drone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just like walk over. I find one that's like a hazmat science drone, and I look at Mark and I'm like, "You're the expert. Does this look good?"
I look it over. Does it look good?
Yeah, looks good.
Call you a drone doctor.
Great.
He's a doctor who also has drones.
Right.
Well, he has a doctor drone.
Yeah.
It's true. It's back on the fucking ship.
Okay, but let's be
Mark's
clear
pissed
here.
about it.
Let's be clear here. The conversation with the UN security probably would have gone a lot different if you had a Martian drone following you around.
It's a medical drone. People buy and sell drones all the time.
But not
sure,
Martian drones.
I'm sure there's Martian drones floating around here.
Anyway.
Hey, shopkeeper, have you seen any Martian drones around?
They have some, not
drone
many.
recently. It's about yay. Off the ground.
I look at the shopkeeper. Are they Belter or Earther?
They're Earther.
Yeah. So I just like pick up the case, like that. I'm sure they have the one on display, and then like just the box for them underneath.
Yeah.
I slide it out and I take it over to the counter and I just plonk it down and I'm like, I'll take that one.
All right. Sounds good. Charges you up. Anything else?
I kind of like move to the front and I go, so you sell drones. Do you also repair and augment drones as well?
Just as much as we can. Might take some time though.
Time.
I take my drone and I go,
You see this thing?
Hmm?
Yeah. So what I want a release mechanism just there, next to the hand terminal bit. Looks the same thing. I just want a release thing, like for cans. Ever had a drone that you want to like deliver like a can of like something to a friend, and not an enemy, and not a grenade. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're putting down. He kind of stops and goes back. A few minutes later, he comes out with like a small little box and hands it to you. This is a mod kit you can install yourself. Should be pretty self-explanatory.
Can you do it?
Time.
I've got all thumbs.
I can try, but if I do it, it'll probably take me a day or two. I've got other things I got some drones I got to repair, and then I've got another mod kit I got to do.
Can you clear your schedule? Money is not an option.
Money is not an option. He looks at you and goes,
like Cass leans in from side of frame and goes, object. The word is object. And then leans out.
Don't correct me.
I was holding it.
So he's like, you can give me a persuasion check.
I only have a deception.
Give me persuasion, just straight.
Or communication.
Communication. Sorry, communication straight then. Okay.
10.
It's gonna cost you at least 6 income to try to pay him to get it done in the next hour.
Okay. Well, 8 is my base, but I look to Cass and I go,
he's paying it because he owes me a thing for getting me shot.
You don't. He wouldn't have. Neither of you would have to like lower your income at
Cass
all.
just waves.
He needs to
like,
have
just,
it, right? He's not a cost of
Yeah.
6.
Just do it.
Even so, like just because it's I'm RPing
That's a
not
roll.
paying because
Yeah.
I'm not paying for this.
Yeah,
Also just reiterating.
Cass just like palms his face and is like, yes, put it on the same bill. It's fine.
I do stop and ask the shopkeep if there's any recommended accessories or upgrades for the model we picked out.
There are some upgrades, but most of them are like high pressure upgrades to work in the upper atmosphere of Jupiter, or in or like hazardous weather in like Venus, and they're all like theoretical. None of them are that you could have think of like would be.
We wouldn't want that stuff.
All right.
I was just curious if you had anything extra that was necessary for it.
Yeah, that's
Since
right.
this is all going on my bill, I am gonna make an income check because now it's 20.
Okay.
And he also wants the most expensive drone.
Expensive.
So I looked this up. It still won't cause my income to go down unless it was like 24.
Yeah.
Because that's the threshold. It has to be 10 higher than your income to cause your income to decrease.
He wants the most expensive drone.
Okay, give it to me.
Submit. So my TN is 20. Submit.
Yay!
Which is your most expensive drone?
He points to a bounty hunter drone in the back that comes with 2 rifles attached, like automatic like machine guns essentially attached to it. It has
47.
It has a stun like setting thing, like a probe that it fires out. It's the size of a small like car. and he's like, that is the equivalent, and I'll say the equivalent of like
We'll take it to go gift wrap.
Cass just like looks at the guy and just goes, no.
All right. He shrugs, looks at you, says, if you want to pay for it, you can.
I'll keep that in mind. And Cass just turns on his heel and is like, send and waves his hand to him and was like, send me a wave when the modification's done, and like bounces out.
Okay.
So,
can you
yes.
can you fly my drone back to the ship when it's done? Here's a ship. We're docked here, and I'm out. Bye.
Oh, yeah, sure, I guess.
Had already gone.
Yeah.
I duck back. I want to duck back into the Karakara security though, or Karakara Electronics.
Okay.
And first, I step in and I just look at the receptionist, and then I nod, and then I walk over to one of their displays. And what I want are, and I'm assuming this is the kind of thing that they have, remote cameras that can be quickly affixed to a wall, like battery operated remote cameras.
They definitely have that. And actually, some references for that. Let's say that is a 12 income for that. You get a set of 10 that are like micro cameras you can just plop and like they'll affix to anything.
I would also like to get them with a quality on them. Let me find the qualities here. I want to.
Where are the qualities?
Item qualities are on page 66 and 67. Because I'm absolutely willing to make a check for these. I would like to get them with the. The fast quality.
Takes half the time usual to use this regular item type.
So, like, affixing it to walls and stuff would be faster if we were going to use it.
Okay. Basically making it a minor check rather than a major check would be what I'd play that as.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would probably add a plus. Cost of income tests require a +1, so.
Yep. So I want to. Actually,
13.
since I have the budget, I'm going to get these with a couple of qualities on them.
Okay.
Fast, light. Not that that actually matters for these, but I want them to be super compact, and that's how I'm sort of role playing that. And durable.
So,
or actually, fast, light, and effective. Basically, I want them to be small with the highest quality wide-angle lenses they have, and a quick-release maglock system to attach them to walls.
Okay, so because that's like a 15 income, and you've already spent some income, I'm just playing around. It's going to require a roll anyways. But I'm also going to add it onto the other income that you had, so you'll definitely decrease by 1 if you succeed. So, because you're going on a spending spree. So
I am.
Yeah. So it's 15 is what you need, but if you succeed, you're going to go down by 1.
Well, I can't fail. So
what's the churn right now?
There we go. So
right.
So you succeed, you go down by 1.
Yup.
The churn is 8, I think.
Okay, just because, like I've heard that on Luna, there's a lot of credit card fraud going on, all this spending.
Yeah. You go down by 5. The sad part is if he went down by 5 income, he would still have 9 income. His lifestyle, by the way, based off of the what I've seen here.
I could be living in luxury.
You're slightly above middle class if you have 14.
Yeah.
Lifestyle. So
I could be living above my means, but I choose not to.
Which is oh wait, that's weird. Because it says impoverished. Oh no, you are rich according to the lifestyle, even though it says different here.
Yeah, I cashed out my police pension.
Yeah. So truly rich concern themselves with very little, except for the opinions of the goodwill of their peers, if that. This income ensures personal quarters that would accommodate multiple families on basic and luxuries that could not afford for more than a year's income. The rich have all the benefits of the wealthy, and then some, including perhaps some significant quasi-legal ones. So, makes sense.
Which is funny because Cass just lives kind of an austere lifestyle.
Yeah. He just has a lot of money.
whenever he feels like, he's like, yeah, I'll buy stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So I buy the little pack of 10 super high def button cameras, and then I head out.
All right. So after about
we got one more stop to make.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah.
All right, Daddy Warbucks. Where are we going?
We're going shopping for food that we don't usually get to enjoy.
Okay.
I'm on board.
We'll just play that out because we're getting closer to the end, and I want to get you to the right point. So you guys go shopping. You get yourself some nice, naturally, raised meat, eggs. You guys
I find the most expensive bottle there, and I drink it in front of Cass.
You can afford it. I mean, you guys are all fairly wealthy when it comes to.
He's paying for it, not me.
The last few sessions are also the first time Cass has really shown that he is a man of means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys get the cargo bay is filled with drones and champagne, essentially.
Real cheese.
Real cheese. The real cheese farts. Everything. Space lobster. Yes.
Sloan will be able to make something nice out of this.
Yep.
All right. So.
Belt Brothers.
Belt the brothers. You guys finish up. The drones are delivered to your ship. You guys get into the ship, and Sloan is alone in the cockpit as everything's being delivered. Alone on the stone.
The drone room.
Yeah, the drones. Alone with the drones. Thank you, Myth. I got your message, by the way. So,
very cool.
So you guys get into the ship. She's waiting for you there in the bridge because I hear you brought presents.
Yeah. Figured I'd celebrate the first trip home that, well, the first trip home where we didn't have to shoot anybody in a while. I won't say the first trip home that didn't devolve into a gunfight, but everything's fine.
Let that be a lesson to you. I stumbled to my room.
Got this big bandage on his face.
Yeah. All right. What about the information? What about
We've got some coordinates of where the protomolecule is gonna be. It's also where Vector's gonna be.
I'm guessing we're gonna have a fight.
More than likely.
All right. Well, get Mark up here, punch in the coordinates, and we'll figure this out as we go.
Are we good? Am I good?
Yeah. You're good, Highland.
Good.
All right, I'm gonna go poop again.
And on that, we're gonna end the episode.